Nobody in the company, by the way, had done more than 4,000 volume points at that particular point in the company. And all of a sudden, by halftime in the month, Jerry was already at 4,000 points. Okay, and I was calling up Doug Stunts, and I said, Dougie, you're not going to believe it. You know, Jerry's going to make it to Palm Springs. You got to go. You got to go. And Doug said, oh, man, Jerry's going to make it? That school teacher? Oh, man. And he said, I got to go. I got to go. I got to go. And all of a sudden, Doug was working like crazy. Flyers at night, going crazy, doing the 7-Eleven stores, talking to everybody he could. And I get Frank Lutz on the telephone, and I said, Frank, you're not even going to believe it. I said, Jerry Slatanovich and Doug Stunts are going to Palm Springs. I said, Frank, I said, don't miss it on the program here. Get your mind right. I said, we're going to Palm Springs, and we're going to get rich. Okay, now wake up, Frank. Okay, and Frank says, I'm going. And long story short, we had Frank Lutz at that deal. We had Jerry Slatanovich. We had Doug Stunts, which all became multimillionaires. Okay, and we had Don Greneau. You've heard the story. Okay, and Don Greneau missed it. Okay, he missed out. Still got a chance to get back in, by the way. Okay, but he missed out. Okay, and there was Dallas Bordenov, who missed it. And there was Tim Greeny, who missed it. Okay, and so you guys don't want to miss what's going to be happening here this weekend. And we went to the supervisor school that week, and we talked about how we were all going to Palm Springs. It was great because we did our supervisor school, and we did just like the group here a minute ago, 7,500 points. I said, I want all my guys to stand up who did 7,500 volume, and I want you guys to recognize them. And the whole room went crazy. We had like 200 people. It was our biggest meeting ever. All the guests were there, and all my people stood up, and we walked out of the room, and it was just unbelievable, right? Everybody, now you got to understand something. We walked about 2 blocks down the street. You understand? Here's the meeting room. We said, we're all going to Palm Springs. Goodbye. Okay? And we said, you guys go, because we're going. And we went. And we went about 2 blocks down the street, and Doug got into his old gray primer-stained van, which was around the corner, because we didn't want anybody to see it, okay? And Jerry's old Toyota, okay? And everybody's old broke-down, ugly-looking, ridiculous car, okay? And we all drove down to Palm Springs, man, and we were so excited, it was unbelievable, okay? We were excited. And we finally get to Las Palmas, which is the richest part of Palm Springs, and down the road here, right? And we turn the corner, and everybody looks at the house. And it was unbelievable. You wouldn't believe this house, man. I mean, it was about 1,000 square feet, okay? 1,000 square feet, okay? So you guys know I don't know what that is in the meters and stuff like that. How many meters? 100? 100 square meters, okay? And there was 2 bedrooms in there. I got the master bedroom because I was the prez. And all the girls slept in the other bedroom. And all the guys took the sofa and the floor out in the room. And we tried to go there and film yesterday the house, okay? And unfortunately, it was so ugly, they burnt it down. They burnt it down, okay? So we can't, seriously, they burnt it down. So we can't show you the house that we were in. But this was us at the boardroom table, planning the thing out. And there we were. Look at that hairdo I got. Isn't that cool? So that was me at the end of the table. That was my girlfriend over there to the right, Catherine. She was the secretary, making everything that I didn't want to do happen, okay? We're going to talk about that. You got to get someone to do everything that you don't want to do happen, okay? So that you can work, okay? Because we only get paid for selling the products and recruiting distributors and then teaching people how to sell the products and recruit distributors. Okay, we don't get paid for doing the paperwork. Okay, could you imagine Mark Hughes doing some paperwork? Okay, I have never done any paperwork ever. Okay, the minute I get someone signed up, do the paperwork. Here's how you do. Okay, and then that's how they do, and go do it. Okay, because I don't do any paperwork. Okay, everybody else has to do the paperwork. Everybody else has to set the meeting up. Okay, yes, everybody else. From the start, by the way, everybody else has to make my bed, okay? Everybody else has to mow the lawn. Everybody else has to do everything, okay? Because the only time you got time to do anything, if you're seriously interested in getting rich, is selling the products all day long and getting distributors all day long and teaching people how to sell all day long and getting distributors all day long. That's the only thing you get paid on. The only thing. And that is going to be a general theme through this entire weekend here. We're going to teach you guys how to work, and we're going to teach you how to get rich, okay? And while we were there, we were planning out all the products, like I said. We were planning out everything that was going to happen in the company. And it was great because we were talking there in that meeting about how we were going to go. I had my original notes with me, okay? And I had my notepad with me there. We're going to have it come up on the screen here in a second. And I had my original notes, and I told the group there that day, okay, how we were going to do $2 million worth of business the first year. $2 million. And I told them that the first year it was going to be rough, and it was rough, okay? It was seriously rough. Because the reason it was rough is we had no testimonials, and we had no income. This is my handwriting, okay? Don't do the second one yet. Come back, guys. I'm not done yet. Okay, come back to the first one. The first year was rough, and it was rough because of all the things that we had to go through to get it up to being where it was. The second year, we were going to build the credibility of the company, okay? This is my handwriting that you're seeing there. My handwriting was much better back then, by the way. And I projected $20 million for the second year. And then the third year was going to be called Panic, $100 million. That was when we were going to hit the jackpot. Everybody was going to become a multimillionaire. And everything that I talked about came true. We were a little late. Okay, we were a little late because we did $10 million the first year, $2 million the first year. The second year at the $20 million, we got 10. Okay, but 10 was plenty enough to get us to half of what the third year was, which was 58. Okay, and the fourth year, we did more. We didn't hit the 100 million. We hit $142 million. And we started getting rich. My first year, I made $96,000. My second year, I made $500,000. My third year, I made almost $2 million. Okay, and from there, I've made some serious money. Okay? And we're going to show you guys how to make serious money and what it takes to make serious money. Okay? This is not the regular meeting. Okay? We're going to go through some stuff with you guys that's going to be real important here. One thing that we talked about in Palm Springs is how we were going to work together like a football team. Okay? Everybody was going to support each other. Okay? Everybody, all the time, by the way. Not just some of the time. All the time we were going to be like a football team. And every morning we were going to get up and we were going to practice what was on our tapes. Back then we had the Jim Rowan tape, okay? And we got up and we listened to our tapes for a half an hour to get our minds right every day, okay? And then we were going to hit the road and we were going to work, okay? But we were going to get up, and we were going to get up earlier than everybody in Herbalife is what was going to happen. We were going to listen to our tape and we were going to get to work. And we were going to support each other. Support each other like no one's ever supported each other, okay? And that's a problem that I see in the company today, okay? And we're going to really talk about this here this weekend, okay? Supporting each other no matter what, okay? And I talked to the guys about this. I said, think about it this way. Here's the kind of support that we're going to have. I walk in to your big, giant supervisor school, okay? And it's going like unbelievable. Okay, and I walk over to your top distributor. I pull out a .45 Magnum. I shoot him in the head. He falls down dead. Your reaction, all right, unbelievable, right? You just completely react to the fact that it was unbelievable. I just shot your top distributor. Now, that's pretty hard to do, isn't it?